Ian, EA hasn't handled the Star Wars franchise that well, you'd say.
No, they haven't. So what was it? Probably about 2 years ago. Oh, it's funny. Okay, so yeah, last year, the single-player Star Wars game that was being helmed by the head, I believe it was the head writer of the Uncharted series, was canceled. And it was to be replaced with an open world Star Wars game. People were assuming that it might be something like Destiny, similar to that, was going to be developed in its place. Basically, the entire first game was scrapped. They said that, what was the actual quote here? It was a very stupid quote. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Well, so okay, the Uncharted, it was going to be by the Uncharted director Amy Hennig, but they canceled it, and they said that it has become clear to that to deliver an experience that players will want to come back to and enjoy for a long time to come, we need to pivot the design. By the way, I hate the word pivot. I was reading pivot keeps coming up way too much. So basically what they meant was it became clear that to, get the most money from people, we need to pivot to a game where we can constantly sell expansions.
Yeah, and usually it has to do with multiplayer.
So they announced it, and I think they said that it was going to come out in January 2019 or something like that. Or it was going to be, more would be revealed in January 2019. Well, it's January 2019, and the game has, that large one, the open world one, has been shut down as well.
So that was shut down, and the original single player one
was cut down, replaced by this open world multiplayer one, and that was cut down. And we saw absolutely no footage and no screenshots of the one that was just canceled.
We did originally
and I don't think I think there was like 1 or 2 screenshots of that first one
from a few years ago.
Yeah, but like basically nothing. So in the span of 3 years, we've seen nothing come out about either of these two Star Wars games that EA was doing. The last thing they put out was Battlefront 2, which wasn't that long ago.
A year and a half,
but that one was panned. So
with its DLC awful.
Right. So I guess what you could sort of call the companion single-player game was shit-canned, and now the online one. So they don't know what to do with the Star Wars franchise, which is, kind of absurd.
Okay, so what do they have? Let's see. According to this, they have Jedi Fallen Order in development at Respawn, the studio known for the Titanfall series. Little is known about the game.
I think that's the one that got canceled.
Oh no, this is a new article. So,
okay. So
this is the one. I guess they have this one going.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so stars a young Jedi Padawan after Order 66 is carried out in Revenge of the Sith. Respawn has multiple games set for release before the end of 2019, which includes Jedi Fallen Order and Titanfall 3.
Okay, yep, I see that right here. That's the update.
So they got this. They got this going. But is this it for Star Wars? Is this all EA has going the past 5 years? You have one game and maybe a second,
right? And is this from the ashes? Is this done with pieces of the open world game that just got canceled, or is this another fresh start on a project? Is this like the third attempt essentially at trying to get a game going?
So the reason why this is bigger news than it would typically be is because EA has the exclusive rights to Star Wars games to publish,
right?
And that goes until 2023. So this was a long-ass term deal. That means there's 4 years left. And people want their Star Wars games, right? So when they see multiple games being canceled with the biggest entertainment franchise on the planet, how do you screw that up?
Yeah,
that badly.
That's not good. And
obviously Disney's probably like, what the fuck is going on?
Disney can't be happy because it makes the
they make money
franchise
off of
look bad too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see anything constantly canceled from any big series like that, you have to wonder about the health of it.
Sure. Let's see. They canceled. This was Project Orca. It was called, according to Kotaku. They canceled Orca in favor of smaller scale Star Wars project that's now aimed for much sooner, likely late 2020, which also happens to be around the time that I've heard next gen consoles will launch. So there's going to be one coming out in 2020 potentially that we don't know about, and then this one with the Fallen Jedi Order thing that we know about if they don't cancel. Okay, that's awful. This was what EA said. They said there's been speculation overnight about one of our Star Wars projects as a natural part of the the creative process. You're not making a short story here. The great work by our team in Vancouver continues and it will evolve into future Star Wars content and games. We're fully committed to making more Star Wars games. We're very excited about Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order from Respawn, and we'll share more about our new projects when the time is right. So they're building up a bank of assets the past 4 years from canceled games. Basically, that's what they've been doing.
Yeah. Let's throw them all together. Some are going to be really shitty looking. Some are going to be nicer looking.
We'll just collage them together into a Star Wars game, and you'll like it.
I mean, what this seems like to me is this is them trying to carefully calculate and craft a way to get the most money out of Star Wars fans without upsetting people, and I don't think they have a way of doing it. I refuse to believe that this has to do with money. That's why the first one was canceled. They realized this. No, they're not going to make any money off a single player game. So then they went to this multiplayer one, and then it's like, I have no idea.
Based upon my limited knowledge of how these deals work and how they could possibly work, there's usually, if you get the rights for something like Star Wars, this isn't like, oh, we'll just wait for it to come out. No, they got to pay Disney probably a minimum amount per year that they have this deal, because Disney could have got this deal with anyone.
Yeah.
So they got to pay out money, like a minimum, and then at a certain point after they hit that minimum, then there's a split of the royalties at that point.
Right.
That's probably how it works. So EA is losing a shit ton of money by not putting out these games and making a profit. Disney's getting paid either way, but they're getting paid a lot less probably, so they're probably not happy, but they're probably still getting paid a decent amount. So they're probably, to your point, they're not happy, but they're not getting nothing.
Sure.
To have an exclusive deal, there's got to be a guarantee.
I'm just saying optically, the optics.
The optics are terrible.
Good. Yeah, the optics look.
But
bad.
Disney's a deal like this, Disney could potentially be getting paid, $10 million a year, even if no game comes out. You know what I mean? Like, that could be a deal like this. It has to be for an exclusivity deal. There has to be an incentive for Disney to do that. So Disney probably can't come in and say, "Get your ass going." They probably have no recourse. That's what my guess is. EA's probably shelling out a lot of money, no matter what. So Disney is satiated in some way. So this is just an awful time, obviously, if you want a Star Wars video game. It's just terrible.
Right.
Because you got a Battlefront game that I'm not into those type of games, the Battlefront games. What if I wanted a single player experience? What if I wanted a game like a Dark Forces?
Yeah, I want to know what research told them that no one wants a single player Star Wars game. It's like, no, people want that. People still play single player games.
People have wanted a Knights of the Republic sequel forever.
Yeah.
That would do well. I'm not saying how well, but it wouldn't do nothing because you have a huge built-in fan base for Star Wars already.
Yep.
So EA's got to get their shit together. That's all I got to say. But I don't know if Disney has much recourse based upon probably what that deal looks like without looking at the contract. It's if it's an agreement like that, licensing agreement, it's probably set in stone. It's like, okay, you're going to pay us money no matter what. So EA's just being idiotic and losing out. So the EA is probably saying, if we put out this game and put the resource into it, we're going to lose more money than probably the minimum we're paying out to Disney every year, which is probably incorrect. They're not even trying to make their money back on this stuff. So, okay.